my God, to Sebastian's hands. They're perfect.
You ever love something so much that when you think about it, you just immediately start crying? Not because anything has happened to it, but you just think about how sad and distraught you would be if anything did happen to it. That's how I feel about my memory of the perfect cookie. It's becoming more and more fleeting as the days go on, and I fear that one day I will forget it entirely. That memory, man, it doesn't pick up my calls as often as it used to. It's always busy with something or another. And even when I do see it, it's only on its way to something else. Maybe I'm being selfish. It's allowed to have a life of its own. It's allowed to live and do the things that it wants to do and loves to do. So who am I to get in the ways of that? But perhaps this cocoa cavern has been sealed off for a reason. Now, as we've looked for the perfect cookie, we've gone through a variety of types. The store-bought one, which is already good to go. One fresh from the bakery, which is, hot out the oven. But this time, we're going to be doing something a little different, where we're getting a frozen dough, and then we're baking it ourselves. Now, I know a couple of bubbies out there have informed me that getting the one that was already baked and reheating it actually did more harm than good because that wasn't the original way it was supposed to be eaten. I can see what you're saying with that. Levain cookies are pretty much based out of New York, and they're known for one thing and one thing only.
Perfect.
Crispy on the outside, gooey on the center. Everything that we've been looking forward to, and yet I feel like the disappointment aspect is looming over the corner. I mean, we've been told this before. You've served me this line many a time. It looks absolutely delicious, but at the same time, it looks like a repressed memory waiting to happen. You notice it's not a flat cookie. Unlike everything else we've tried, this thing has some verticality going on there. It's got some layers, and it's got a lot of dough on the top, and that dough is packed full of chocolate. At least, I'm assuming it is. Everything they're telling me indicates that it is, but I think that's what's really going to make the big difference here. Now, here they are fresh out the oven there, and I went with a couple of them right off the bat. I'm going to go with the one that's got the most verticality going on here. Look at that. It looks like a whipped cream puff or something like that. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Got a nice hefty heft to it. Very weighty. You can tell it's packed full of something. Whether that's salvation remains to be seen, but it's getting a 10-10 in the looks department. We're going to find out right now. Right now. Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Jesus. Mamma mia.
It's delicious. You did it. You did it. You did it all the way up, baby. Who would have guessed redemption only cost 260 calories, baby? This is it. This is the perfect cookie. I finally found it, bro. Okay. So check it out. I'll break it down for you real quick. Now that crispy outside crust is coming in real tough, boyo. And you can tell the benefit to this cookie and the reason that it works so well is because of that verticality and what it does for the outer layer crust. Now you see right here, you see how these are just perfectly charred, how they've got that wonderful texture to them. That is the key to all of this, because as it's rising up, all the stuff on the bottom has plenty of time to sort of toast on its own, and it's not being weighed down by the stuff on top here. That was the main concern. All this heavy cookie, it's gonna be messy and doughy as hell. Such was not the case. Are you seeing this? My God, it's fantastic. It's damn near close to pretty much one-to-one to what they're saying. You can't be perfect, right? No one's perfect. Are you perfect? I didn't think so. I mean, I am. That's how I can judge these things. But the crunchiness, the chocolate, the doughy chewiness that's inside, all this stuff is exactly what you want, man. Levain, I want to inject you in my veins. And the stone has been rolled. The stone has been rolled off the cavern. And on the 7th day, the Sebi ate well.
Show me that smile again.
Show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on you crying. We're nowhere near the end.
The only problem now is I can't eat any other cookie because I've had the best. First world problems, I'm sure.